we haven't let teachers carry. And have strict rules around it. Make them go through gun safety courses, make them go through shooting courses, make them go through mental evaluations every 3 months if you want to.
What you're describing is the gun control that we've all been asking for forever. So, welcome to the left. Bernie stickers around back. Great to see you.
After a mass shooting at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, left 21 dead, Republicans responded predictably by blaming everything but guns for a gun violence epidemic. And on TikTok, some Republicans are so spun around by the messaging that they're proudly supporting gun control without even realizing it. It should come as no surprise that a Republican Party that has blamed gun violence on everything from video games to a lack of prayer in public schools isn't serious about addressing gun violence. But as one TikToker points out, Republican plans to background check, arm, and train teachers sound a lot like the gun safety programs Democrats are proposing in Congress. Nearly 70% of Americans support efforts to control gun violence by making it harder to obtain the weapons routinely used in mass murders. This is a consensus position, and more Americans now support gun control than at any point in history. Only Republicans say they oppose any efforts at limiting guns, even though their own position is that arming school teachers means background checks, psychological screenings, and regular training. Republicans have lied so much to protect their gun industry donors that they don't even remember what they believe anymore. Let's run through the gun control platform Republicans don't know they support. 8 in 10 Americans say they support stricter background checks. So do Republicans. But under their plan, only teachers would require the background checks. And regular mental health screenings are something Democrats and 86% of Americans support. Republicans say they would support screening teachers as long as someone else pays for it. If Republican voters seem like they bounce between political positions like a fascist pinball machine, it's because, for the most part, they'll believe anything. An Ohio State University study recently found that people who self-identify as conservative are much more likely to believe misinformation than liberals are. That inability to distinguish between false claims and true claims, as the study politely calls it, is a big reason why Republicans don't know what they actually think. If Republican voters will believe anything, as long as it's angry and coming from Fox News, we end up in the bizarre situation where Republicans will gladly support gun control as long as Republican leaders don't call it gun control. Any parent who's ever tricked their child into eating vegetables understands exactly where the modern GOP is at, and it's getting people killed. Maybe the solution is simpler than Democrats thought. Just introduce gun control legislation and call it something else. Or maybe the solution has been right in front of us all along, ending the Citizens United decision that allows powerful gun lobbyists to prevent decades of gun legislation. Republicans may be surprised to find how much gun control they support once the money has stopped clouding their vision.